chili into the mouth of a toddler under her care did the show to the death just 2 days before Hari Raya Aidilfitri has been jailed for 18 months. 2.5-year-old Muhammad Afif Kamarul Azli had been ill for the morning of June 13 and did not stop weeping despite of pacified by the accused Asmarani Ghazali. She then took out a green chili from the refrigerator, broke it into half and put it into the boy's mouth to make him stop. Upon noticing that he was having breathing difficulties, Asmarani, accompanied by her husband and one of her own children, rushed the boy to clinics. They were advised to take him to Tuanku Jaafar hospital instead, but the child died shortly after admission. According to the statement of facts, his mother, Rahmawati F. Riza, 31 years old, has sent him and his 5-year-old brother to Asmarani's house in Taman Tuanku Jaafar near here. Asmarani, who had been looking after Muhammad Afif for 2 years, had initially pleaded not guilty when charged with murder under section 302 of the Penal Code. The mother of three was then slapped with an alternative charge under section 331(1)(a) of the Child Act, read together with section 315(b), which provide a jail term of up to 20 years or a fine of up to 50,000 upon conviction. She pled guilty to the charge after it was read to her before High Court Judge Dato Abu Bakar Jais. She was charged with committing two offences at her house in Taman Tuanku Jaafar near here 2 days before Hari Raya.
With us right now is the mother of the victim, Rahmawati Afriza. So, madam, would you care to share with us how do you feel about the sentence that has been given to the accuser?
I am not satisfied with the sentence because all happiness has shattered instantly. My son is dead because he was deliberately abused, and it's all because of her ignorance. Now I'm regretting because my husband has always told me to change the babysitter, but I am too stubborn to do so. And now I have lost him.
That is the response of the mother of the victim.
Hello and Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and a very good morning to ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to our program today. So, first of all, I would like to introduce myself. My name is Nurhanis Betis Kafli and I'm the moderator of this program today. I also would like to introduce to all of you our 4 panels today. On my right side, we have Mrs. Wan Izzati binti Wan Ismail. Hello, Mrs. Hi. Okay, next, our second panel, we have Dr. Nur Syafiqah binti Musa. She is from Hospital Sungai Buloh. Hello, Doctor.
Hello.
And our third panel today, we have Miss Lawyer, and her name is Nur Syafiqah binti Ahmad Zahid. Hello, Miss Lawyer.
Hello, Doctor.
And lastly, we have Fatin Adila as a victim of the child abuse. So, I would like to tell to everyone our forum title today is about the punishment of child abuse offenders are not reasonable. So, let us go to our first question. Firstly, I would like to ask Mrs. Izzati. Mrs. Izzati, what do you think about child abuse nowadays?
Thank you for the interesting question. My opinion on child abuse is that there should be no such thing anywhere and ever. Children do not ask to be born. They do not get to choose their parents or their living situation. They are defenseless children being abused by the people who are supposed to love and care for them. They do not deserve to be treated this way. Thank you.
Okay, thank you Mrs. Izati for your sharing about child abuse nowadays. So next we go to our second panel. Dr. Fika, can you share your experiences in child abuse cases?
Okay, thank you, Miss Moderator, for your patience. Okay, nowadays, news often reported, and we always hear the news about the child abuse. Many stories with different storyline and situations refer to child abuse. Based on the article, we can tell that how cruel persons who willing to shove the green chili till the toddler choked to death. In the other case, for example, 6-year-old boy died after he was allegedly beaten up by his mother abusive boyfriend. It revealed that the boy had been beaten using a blunt object. Can we imagine that? In my opinion, from this article, yes, the punishments are reasonable. It is because the punishment is fit with the crime. The babysitter had initially pleaded not guilty when charged with murder under 302 of the Penal Code. In that case, the babysitter accused to be lightened as this was her first offences and she had no criminal record. For me, maybe the babysitter in unstable emotional causes her to act out of her control. Also, the baby do not have any serious injuries, bruises or broken bones. If you are noticing the sign from the baby, we can increase the punishment due to the seriousness of their offences. That's all. Thank you.
Okay, Dr. Fika, thank you for your great answers to my question. Based on the Dr. Fika's answers just now, we can conclude that the punishment for this case are reasonable. Dr. Fika said that it is reasonable. Okay. Next, I would like to ask our third panel, Miss Lawyer. Yes. What is the punishment to offender got and why the punishment is reasonable to the offenders?
Okay, thank you, Miss Moderator, for the question. The punishment to offender was the babysitter has been jailed for 18 months. Okay, a babysitter had initially pleaded to guilty when charged with murder under Section 302 of Penal Code. Then the offender was slapped with an alternative charge under Section 31(1)(a) of Child Act, read together with Section 31, which provide a jail term of up to 20 years of fine of up to 50,100 ringgit upon conviction. Yeah, beside that, before this, Child Act gives punishment a maximum sentences of 20,000 ringgit or both of indicated. Therefore, penalty arise to a fine 50,000 ringgit and 20 years imprisonment for offences under Section 31 to abet and disagree and inform the child.
Thank you, America. Thank you, Ms. Lawyer, for your answers. Based on Ms. Lawyer answers just now, I can make a conclusion that Ms. Lawyer said the punishment should fit the crime and the babysitter had no criminal record. Next, Fatin Adina, yes. As a victim, can you share with us the experiences from the effect of the abuse?
Okay, thank you to the moderators. Firstly, my name is Fatin. I was 20 years old.
I was one of the victims of child abuse when I was a kid. I was 7 years old when my father died, and after 5 years ago, 5 years later, when I was 12 years old, my mother married a man, and the man became my stepfather. At first, my stepfather was treated my mother and I well, but after a month, he treat us roughly. Almost every day, my mother was beaten. I am so scared when I heard my mother has been beaten by my stepfather. One day, when I go back from school, I heard my mother scream in pain. Then I ran quickly to see what happened. Suddenly, I was very shocked to see my mother has been beaten by my stepfather by using a belt. Then I quickly ran to go to my mother to protect her. However, I was also victim by my stepfather for a reason of disturb their affair. I has been beaten with his belt for 3 times. I'm straight in pain. A few minutes later, this secret has been known. Our neighbor heard a loud scream coming from our house. Our neighbor called my stepfather and prevented him from hitting us. Finally, my stepfather has been lodged a police report. Finally, my stepfather has been jailed. This tragedy was still fresh in my mind, and until now, the impact of the beat was still in my body, and I also feel very afraid when I see any adult man anywhere in everywhere. So thank you, the moderator.
Thank you, Fatin, for your sharing about your experience. So, based on the experience that Fatin shared to us, we can conclude that she has the trauma when see any adult man anywhere. So, I would like to ask our doctor, Dr. Fika, how we can recognize the common sign of child abuse?
Okay, Ms. Moderator, thank you for the question. It is not always easy to recognize when child has been abused, but there are 4 signs that we can recognize, which is signs of physical, emotional, sexual, and also neglect. First, signs of physical abuse. We can recognize these signs when the suspected victim has unexplained burns, cuts, bruises, or broken bones. Second, signs of emotional maltreatment. We can recognize these signs when the child shows extreme in behavior and aggressive. Third, signs of sexual abuse. We can recognize these signs when the child has difficulty to walk and sit. Lastly, the signs of neglect. We can recognize these signs when they frequently absent from school if they go to school. And they also consistently dirty or messy. So as a doctor, as well as parents, lawyer, and all people, have to aware about these signs, and together we prevent. That's all from me. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Fika. So, based on Dr. Fika's answers just now, how we can recognize the common sign of child abuse? There are 4 signs that we can recognize. Firstly, it is sign of physical abuse. Secondly, it is sign of emotional maltreatment. Next, it is sexual abuse. And lastly, the sign of neglect. I would like to ask Mrs. Izzatin, by your experience, can you explain about physical abuse?
Thank you. When people think of of child abuse, their first thought probably is of physical abuse, such as striking, kicking, or shaking a hand. Physical abuse can also include holding a child underwater, tying a child up, starving a child, or failing to provide a child with food. Thank you.
Thank you, Mrs. Seti, for your answers. Fatin, do you think the punishment to the offenders is suitable?
Okay, thank you for the answer. For the question, Ms. Moderator, in my opinion, the existing sentence under Section 31 bracket A of the Child Act 2001, which provide for a maximum imprisonment of 10 years or a maximum fine 20,000 ringgit or both offence commission, is unsatisfactory. The punishment imposed on the perpetrator is seen as unfit for the act of the perpetrator, who leave a permanent impression on the victim, especially for the physical and emotional aspect. It is time for related parties to streamline the existing regulation to safeguard the right and the interest of children. For me, a new amendment must be made under the Child Act to enable the punishment of being heavier and fit to be included in order to educate the offender and to protect the children, to prevent the abuse from occurring. Thank you.
Okay, Fatin, thank you for your answers. Miss Lawyer, can I ask you? As we know, there are too many child abuse cases in our country, and how many cases of child abuse are reported daily in our country?
Okay, thanks, Ms. Moderator. Yes, there are too many cases child abuse in Malaysia. Okay, the cases of child abuse reported daily is 14 cases occur a day. Many go unreported. Okay, the past 5 years, only 1,559 cases were reported. Of total, 348 cases were listed under the non-further action category. Another 764 cases are under investigation, while 80 are kept in view due to a lack of evidence. Children are suffering in silence as society, blind eyes, because that many cases of child abuse go unreported to apathy by parents and society in general, leaving the victim suffering in silence. Thank you, Ms. Moderator.
Thanks for your sharing. So, based on what Ms. Toy said just now, there are 14 cases reported occur a day, and many more go unreported. And there are the past 5 years, only 1,559 cases are reported. So, in my conclusion, we have to be aware and try to avoid child abuse to happen again in our country, right? So, like what Mrs. Izzati said just now, as a parent, to take a good care of our children, like we can send our children to the babysitter that we trust. And Dr. Fika shared her experience about child abuse, and she also give the sign of child abuse. So we need to take a look about the sign, and we need to avoid it. And Miss Lawyer said just now about the cases. There are too many cases, like 40 cases occur a day. So we need to avoid the child abuse from happening in our country. And lastly, Fatin, as a victim of the child abuse, she said that she has a trauma after the experience that she had. So I think we need to try to avoid child abuse to happen again. So I think that's all from us. Thanks to everyone sharing and answering my question. That's all from us. Thank you.
Over the hills and far from wide, she's waiting for love to be realized. I'll send her my heart.